I was in the thrift store recently browsing through the furniture section, and I found this large 1960s mid-century piece. I purchased this dresser for a little less than $50 and brought it home to remove all the layers of paint and hopefully restore this piece back to its original condition. Once refinished, you won't believe this incredible transformation. This furniture from the premium line was well made, so it's no surprise that all the drawers still function as intended. I was also pleased to see that the quality of the drawer sliders is exceptional, requiring no attention. Broyhill Furniture Industries was founded in North Carolina in the 1920s by brothers Thomas H. and James Edgar Broyhill. The furniture company is well known for its quality craftsmanship and timeless appeal. In 1957, Broyhill launched a premier division of furniture as a strategic move to pivot from the company's original moderately priced furniture to more sophisticated furniture styles. The first line introduced from that new division was the Sculptor line. Another notable line from the premium series was the Brasilia line in 1962, and it looks like for the Brasilia double dresser, arch mirror, and panel bed, you would have paid around $199 in 1962. We know that brass is an alloy of zinc and copper and not magnetic, so I was happy to discover that these drawer pulls appear to be solid brass. They also appear to be the original pulls based on several photos of other forward 70s furniture pieces I found online. During that era, there was also the Invitation line, and then in the late 1960s, the Forward 70s line. It's believed that the Forward 70s line was intended to predict what future furniture design would look like moving forward into the 1970s. With these paneled doors and other unique features, we can now see that this is in fact the double dresser shown in the advertisement without the arched mirrors. The triple dresser was $114, and the mirrors $22 each. With these front panels removed, I can now see that this is mostly a substrate with a solid ash border and a thin walnut veneer inlay. For the paint stripper, the best product I have found here in the United States is Clean Strip's Premium Stripper. Like many others, Clean Strip has started removing the methylene chloride from their products. It's a dangerous, toxic chemical known to cause harm to the body, including many types of cancer. This new formula may not be as effective, but the benefits of this toxic chemical removal are undeniable. Depending on the temperature in your workspace, this product is usually effective within 15 to 30 minutes. You'll know it's ready when a simple touch of the finger removes the layers of paint. Sometimes, just peeling back the plastic wrap can remove a lot of the paint. It takes a lot of time and effort to peel back all these layers of paint, but the first glimpse of the beautiful walnut that lies beneath offers enough hope to keep going. These three front panels are without question the focal point of this furniture piece, and as expected, these have what I think is a solid ash border with a thin layer of walnut veneer inlay. I'll use number 2 steel wool to remove most of the paint, then wipe the piece clean with QCS surface cleanser and some shop rags. In order to cut down on material costs, it was common for the main structure of this furniture to be constructed using a cheaper wood species like ash. Thin layers of veneer using a more desirable species like walnut would then be used to cover the rest of the piece. It's expected that there will be a slight contrast between the lighter ash and darker walnut. In the factory, this would have been blended with layers of a colored toner, giving the appearance that this was all solid walnut. The steps for achieving a factory finish on a piece like this would include spraying several coats of vinyl sealer, toners, and lacquer. At the moment, my shop does not have adequate space for that much spraying, and the winter temperatures here in Wisconsin make it difficult to heat this 2-car garage effectively. And although it's very cold here, the work can't stop, so I'll do the best I can to refinish this piece in the space that I have. These brass brushes and some mineral spirits work well to gently remove the paint from these hard-to-reach areas. This step should save hours of detailed sanding during the next phase. To sand this piece, I'll use this Surf Prep 3x4 sander, some hand sanding blocks and sponges, and some sheets of 150 and 220 grit sandpaper. This power sander is less aggressive and offers more control when sanding over thin layers of veneer. It's also designed to conform to the profile of the piece being sanded. It was a pleasure to discover the original ad for this Forward 70s double dresser I'm refinishing. It reads, "Why wait for a beautiful home? Forward 70 by Broyhill Premier lets you have the good life now on a modest budget, in light honey-toned walnut and exciting with its free-form look into the future. Forward 70s is decorator designed and coordinated, styled to please now and forever. It's skillfully crafted to last and last. So come in and let us show you Forward 70, the furniture for living room, dining room, and bedroom, which lets you live high on a low budget, with practicality, with good taste, and with beauty." There was one damaged corner on the top of this dresser and a small section on one of the legs, both too small to consider veneer repair, so I'll use a wood filler instead. I'll use a little water to help mold the filler, and once dry, I can gently sand these areas with hand sanding blocks. I used several toners and touch-up markers to help blend these repairs. However, I won't show these detailed steps in this video. Because the painted drawer pulls are solid brass, I can use the fine wire wheel on the benchtop buffer to gently remove the paint. Then I'll polish these handles using some fine steel wool and some barkeeper's friend. Once dry, I'll protect these by spraying them with lacquer for brass. This should help prevent tarnishing in the near future. I'm using 220 grit sandpaper for the final sanding, and I'll dust off and blow off the dust with the air hose to begin staining. I chose a light walnut oil-based stain, and I think this will be a close match to the original color description in the advertisement, honey-toned walnut. Once applied evenly with a foam brush, I like to wipe off the excess immediately with a shop rag. I'm going to protect this piece with several coats of clear satin lacquer. Aerosol cans are an expensive way to do this, but I hope to have a proper setup for refinishing with a spray gun soon. My favorite furniture restorations have always been the pieces with family stories and a rich history. I didn't know much about this piece, but the discovery of the gorgeous walnut under all the black paint made this one of the most rewarding restorations. My name is Barry, and thanks for joining me. Goodbye for now.